What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to make a video. This is going to be a very random video. It's going to be about the life of a YouTuber and the life of a language learner, and the two, and how there is massive parallels between the two. Now, I know most of you in the comment section are not YouTubers. Most of you probably aren't language learners. You say you are, but you're really not. Did you put in that effort today? Did you do your grind? I doubt it. But I'm going to make a video that's going to address both audiences, point out some interesting parallels I've noticed between the two, and give you my thoughts on the matter. So, the life of a YouTuber is a very fucking lonely one, okay? Essentially, it's a person like me sitting here in his room in the dark of the night talking to this fucking device that's just pointing a lens at me, assuming that someone somewhere in the world will eventually watch this and leave a comment. But at its core, it is a very lonely experience. There is no one else here. Unless you count Elmo. And Elmo does move around a bit, so maybe Elmo counts. But my point being is that 99% of the time, as a YouTuber, you are just doing shit by yourself in your room with no one fucking even watching, okay? I'm kind of blessed at this point, at 36k subs, that I can guarantee a couple of hundred comments on each video. Like, that tells me that at least someone out there is watching this. But boy, oh boy, it must be so difficult. Like, it's hard for me to remember because I've been on this platform since 2011, but it must be hard for those guys who are just starting out and they get nothing. Could you imagine putting like I put like maybe 30 minutes effort into a video. I'm not going to like overblow it, okay? But like some people, they put in hours, days of effort into a video and get nothing out of it, okay? Now, what's the parallel with a language learner? Most of the time, being a language learner is a fucking lonely experience. You're sitting here in your room by yourself, studying whatever it is. Okay, maybe it's not even studying, maybe it's just consuming content. But it is a very lonely experience. And I have seen comments, both from YouTubers and also from language learners, where they say, what do you do when you burn out? What is burnout? What does that even mean? Okay, so we kind of need to figure that out first. Well, burning out is generally when you just get exhausted from doing whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you're doing too much, and we'll address that later. Or maybe you're just sick of doing the same shit over and over. But we all know, to become a successful YouTuber, you need to keep doing the same shit over and over, and you need to do it day in, day out, and it's going to take you years. Like I said, I've been on this platform since 2011. I'm like an A1 level YouTuber over here, okay? Like fucking, I'm stuck in the upper beginner section of YouTube, okay? But it's also the same for a language. Day in, day out, you just need to fucking grind. You got to do something with the language, okay? But again, it can become exhausting and you can start suffering from burnout. So what is the solution here for both groups? Well, I would say that the solution is you actually need to take a step back and figure out why you're even doing this and actually enjoy it. This sounds fucking stupid, okay? But let me explain. I enjoy the comments with all of you guys. But I actually enjoy the interactions with the other YouTubers that I have privately behind the scenes, almost as much as YouTube itself. I love just talking the shit, you know, just chatting with them, doing whatnot. But about a year ago, I was not connected with any other language YouTuber. I was just doing my own thing. And like, it's kind of one of those things where you're just sitting here and you're like, you're blasting into the void. And yeah, people are responding, but it's like you're standing there. There's a group over there, and the group are discussing what you just spoke about. You're not actually in the group over there. You can see this in the comments where people talk about you as if you're not even present. And like, some people will shit on you, some people will say nice things about you, people have fights about you, and you're like, guys, I'm just over here. So it's like that. I love the connection, but it's not the same as two YouTubers chatting together, because obviously we have shared experiences. We have things that we can talk about that just make it a lot more fun and interesting. Now, for the language learner, what's the parallel here? Well, if you're sitting here day in, day out, just consuming content, you know, studying the language, whatnot, you need to take a step back and remember why you're doing this. You want to try live this language. Now, I know there's lots of people who are scared of going outside because the sun's going to cook their skin and they don't want to meet other humans because maybe those humans are actually just fucking skinwalkers, okay? I get that. But still, if you're feeling burnt out, why not take a step back and actually go meet some people using this language? Just try and make some friends within it. And before you know it, that will make it so much better. Like, it sounds stupid. This is the stupidest advice ever. Go fucking talk to people in the language, okay? This is obvious advice. I shouldn't need to say this. But the reason I'm saying is because, like, for example, I've done my series with Spanish Boost Gaming. The videos I've done with him where we're just talking away, like he's talking in Spanish and I'm talking in English. That is two YouTubers chatting together, but it's also two, you know, language learners, because like he's obviously still learns English and I'm learning Spanish, okay? And that is probably, for me, the best time in the week is when I'm just playing a game with him, enjoying the language. Am I learning? Yeah, I'm probably learning some stuff. Am I learning in the most efficient way possible? Most definitely not. Like if I just sat here in my room and I just studied, I'd be way more efficient. But at the end of the day, I'd probably just burn out. So I need to see that there's a purpose to all this. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people who are learning a language, is it becomes so mechanical that they forget that there's a reason for all this, why you're doing it in the first place. It's the same for YouTube, same for a language learner. And now for the burnout thing, we're going to move into the third stage. So every now and then you'll see it. You'll know when it happens. A YouTuber will drop a video, or suddenly their content will change, or there'll be hints to it, but they'll say something along the lines of, "This is it, boys. I'm going all in. We're going to fuck it. This is the year we become big. You know, this is the year that I become a full-time YouTuber." Now, I want to talk about this because I'm not a full-time YouTuber. This is a hobby that I do along the side. I've been on fucking YouTube since 2011. As soon as you do that, pressure just fucking falls on your shoulders. If this is going to be my job, I need to make a lot of money. How do I make money? I got to make more clickbaity videos, more fucking do this, do that. You know, like a whole heap of stuff happens that puts so much pressure on the person. And guess what happens when that happens? They fucking burn out really, really quickly. So if you're a YouTuber in the language space and you're thinking about, okay, I'm going to make this my job, I just want to stress, probably don't. Like if it turns into a job one day, like one day you wake up and you look at your income and you're like, shit, I actually don't need to be doing this other thing. Why the fuck am I doing that? Like then, yeah, sure, go ahead. But don't try and set it as the goal. Because for one, YouTube is so fucking random. Like half the people are at the top, they're there because fucking right time, right idea, randomly just, it worked out, okay? Like my channel randomly blew up last year for a while, randomly because I just fucking happened to drop a video on a topic that I thought most people wouldn't even give a shit about. And then it just goes back to normal growth again now, okay? But at no point have I said, I'm going to become a professional YouTuber. I'm going to make it this year. Because as soon as I do that, bro, I'm just putting too much pressure on myself. Don't do that. Now, what's the parallel with language learning here? Okay. I've seen it where people are like, this is it. This is the year I'm going to become fluent in Chinese. I'm going to commit. I'm going to do everything I can. That I'm going to become fluent is the worst thing you can say to yourself. As soon as you say that, bro, you're just going to layer on so much pressure. Okay, what do I got to do to get fluent? Okay, I'm going to need 2,000 hours. How do I get 2,000 hours in 365 days? Okay, I need to divide that by 365. So I'm looking at like fucking 5 hours or whatever a day. Okay, so I got to do 5 hours a day. Okay, I got to do like some practice. I got to do grammar. I got to do a lot of input. I got to like, and guess what happens? They're going to go hard for about a week, 2 weeks. Maybe some hardcore ones will go for a month and then fucking burn out. Okay, unless you've got nothing else in your life, you're going to burn out. And then you're probably going to quit, or you're just going to do nothing for like a couple of months, and then you're going to be worse off than you were before. So I guess what I'm trying to get at here is you got to find a way to keep spicing up the process, reminding yourself why you're doing it. Don't overdo it, okay? Because if you overdo it in any one of these things, you're just gonna burn out. I think I covered off on the things that I wanted to talk about. Like, it's kind of interesting, the differences, well, not the differences, the similarities between the two. And I hope I can like help reach some of those YouTubers who are like they're going through that moment of like, why the fuck am I doing this? Because at the end of the day, like I said this literally to another YouTuber today. I said, it is easier to become a senior fucking graphics programmer than it is to be a successful YouTuber. Because to become a successful fucking programmer, okay, you just got to learn your shit. You could learn your shit as a YouTuber and still never be successful. Like, it really depends if that's what people want. And I guess that one doesn't parallel too much with language learning, because with language learning, as long as you put in the appropriate effort and time, and you study the right stuff and you consume and you use the language, you will eventually get there. I guess it would be the same with senior program, but YouTube, that one's different. That's fucking, bro, you have no idea what's going to work. Maybe it'll work. Maybe tomorrow you just be demonetized because fucking YouTube doesn't like you. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. See you all in the next video. Don't worry, this is not me having like a mental breakdown. This was just me pointing out like some interesting things I've noticed. Make sure you sub to the channel. If you don't, I'll be so lonely. and I'll write your name in my death note.